Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, California Resources Corporation, Southern California Edison, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, Panama-Buena Vista Union School District, Bakersfield City School District, and the San Luis Obispo County Office of Education, with additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.
Today at Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, the Panama branch, and I'm here with Forrest Bustos. Hello, how are you doing today?
Good.
And can you quickly tell us what your position is here?
Yes, I'm the cashiering supervisor here. I've been here for 8 years, and at this branch, about 3 months.
Okay, what does your job entitle?
Basically, I'm there for support for our tellers, helping them with anything that they might need, any problems that arise. Plus, I help balance the branch, order supplies for the branch, and make sure everything's in balance.
What can you tell us what the difference is? Because when I worked for a bank a long time ago, and what the difference between a bank and a credit union is?
Credit unions and banks are pretty similar. The main difference is credit unions are owned by their members, whereas banks are owned by shareholders. We do most of the same things, offer loans, checking accounts, savings accounts, withdrawals, deposits, but typically our rates are much better, and we're there really for the member, not to make a profit, but to help the individuals.
Now, this building is pretty big, yes?
Yes.
And it's a beautiful building. How long has it been here?
This has been here for 14 years, since 2002.
Wow. So why don't we take a tour, yes?
Yes, yeah. We'll start this way. We'll go around through our financial service officer area. First we'll pass by our lobby. This is where people will be waiting to see a service officer to do a new account, a loan, anything that would take typically a little bit longer than you want to stand for.
And back here, all these cubicles?
Yeah, these are just all the cubicles where everyone will be working.
And these are loan officers?
Yes, they're loan officers. They do everything from the new accounts to new loans, help with stuff with your IRA, retirement, things like that.
I like how they're broken up, because when I actually was a loan officer way back when, we were out there and we didn't have our own little private, and this is nice for customers.
It's much more private because nobody wants all their information out for everybody to hear, so it's a lot better.
So if I come in and I want a loan, obviously, do we sign in?
Yeah, at the front desk is where the receptionist will greet you, determine where you need to be, either send you to the teller line or to the loan officer side, depending on what you need to do.
Okay, so I'm over here, I'm waiting, and then we go in the back, we meet with our loan officer. Now, if I come in and I have other transactions, I don't need a loan, I do normal, if I come in with a deposit, where would we go from there?
For a straight deposit, you would just typically go to our teller line. But for any other type of transaction, we do have our member services area, and we have our business for business members as well. Things like closing your account, getting a debit card, getting a money order, you would do right over here. That's the member services, yep.
Okay, and here you have business?
Yes, this is for our business members. Those are members that have like small businesses, like a laundromat, a car wash, something like that. They would bring in their deposits and do withdrawals from the business.
So it's quicker for them, so they don't have to wait a longer line.
Because it's a completely different system that they use.
Okay, so over here is a normal line.
Like this is our normal teller line.
So if I need to just come and do some deposits or anything, this is where I'm going to go.
A deposit or a withdrawal would be much quicker in this line too, because they usually don't take too long.
Can you quickly show us a window? So if I have a deposit and I'm at a window.
Yeah, if you just have your normal deposit, we would actually just have one of our tellers help you. And here, Kiana would be able to help you with that.
Hi. Hi, Kiana. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Can you quickly tell us what your position is and what you do here?
Yes, I'm a high school branch manager. I actually manage one of our on-campus branches, but here today I'm working on the teller line where we do deposits and payments for our members and just the basic frontline teller transactions.
So what is it different from a teller to a loan officer?
Well, a teller does, like I said, the basic frontline transactions, and a loan officer can open your new accounts, do loans. So if you're interested in a car, a home, different things like that, that's what our loan officer does versus what our tellers do.
Okay. And how long have you been here?
I've been with the credit union for 14 years.
Wow. And I'm with Alma Sanchez. Hello.
Hi.
Can you quickly tell everybody what your position is and what it entitles?
Yeah, I'm a loan officer, financial loan officer. What we do here is we process the mortgage applications, personal loans, vehicle. We open new memberships. I do IRAs, a little bit of everything. So what we do is, we calculate income, calculate people's income to determine whether they're eligible or not. We do a little bit of everything. Mortgage applications, we take them here, we send them off. And we, like I said, we open new memberships for minors, for all kinds of accounts.
What grabbed you at becoming this? What was so exciting about the position?
I was a teller before. I was actually an ROC student too. Just being a teller, it's a little different. You only do regular daily transactions. I'm going to CSUB right now, so I think kind of getting that I'm in the finance field, so getting that finance field and then getting the experience here was really great for me. It kind of, as I got more into it, I figured that's what I wanted to do. Not just, I made this out of a career, so helping people come in here, their need, financial struggles, being able to really help them and put them in a better situation is always something good to go home to and sleep at night.
Now, can you help us out with a math problem? Because obviously you do a lot of math.
Very.
Okay, can you kind of give us an example? You talked about finding out for wages, right? Income. Can you kind of help us through with what you're looking at?
Sure. So we look at the, for example, the hourly rate. We look at if they make $10 an hour, they're full-time, then they make $400 a week. Whereas we multiply that by 4, supposing it's 4 weeks, and we get $1,600. So here it kind of is just basic, adding, dividing is kind of what we look for in proof of income.
Now, other things, obviously with handling with loans and personal loans, you deal a lot with interest. And as a 7th grade math teacher, we do a lot of interest. The kids calculate interest. Can you give us an example of something that you do?
Absolutely. So part of what we see a lot here, for example, if they had a $10,000 either existing loan or wanted to consolidate, we look at a credit card here, whereas if they had $10,000 on a credit card, interest rate normally is 20 or 20 plus. It take them about 10 years to pay that off. Versus sometimes we look at the different products that we can offer, and we consolidate into cashing out on a vehicle where they can get as low as a 1.99. They'd be done in 4 years versus a 10 years. So we kind of take the interest rate and determine how long it would take each one of them to pay that off, and we try to fit them into either the lower interest rate, helping them pay it off sooner. So it's kind of what we look at. We look at getting them into a lower rate product that fits them better, and kind of see how many years that would take.
Now, obviously you need a lot of math skills. What are the main math skills that you need for your position?
Very, with all the electronic now, we can basically do everything online. But, it's just knowing, I think, add, divide, but I think the majority of it comes from knowing where to put numbers. And I think school teaches you a lot, but I think just kind of,
basic concept
concept of it, knowing, how much time, how much interest, how much, what will take you.
Yeah. Well, because I see there's a lot of percents, and that's obviously a huge part of your position.
Absolutely.
Now, you talked about the ROC program. where do you do the ROC program?
Yeah, it's located off of Mount Vernon. I actually started in a summer program.
Was that in high school?
Yes, while being in high school and transitioning into the senior year, you do about 2 months of training. Then from there, they take you out to a branch. I was actually at the one on Chester, and from there, all year, you're at the ROC branch. You help with transactions, daily transactions. Then they decide whether you get hired on. I got hired on here as a teller, and then eventually kind of spread out a little bit, started getting training in different areas, and I found this one to be the most interesting.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm with Nene Canty today.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
And you're going to kind of talk to us a little bit about the ROC program.
Yes, ROC. Mm-hmm.
Before you do, can you quickly tell us what your position is here?
So my position here is an MSR1.
And what does that mean?
So MSR1 is I deal with regular transactions, either I deposit your check, need cash back. I also do a little bit of the business accounts and a little bit of service center.
Okay. So can you kind of give us a little bit of rundown of what ROC is?
Yeah, ROC actually stands for the Regional Occupational Center, and it's a program where juniors and seniors from high school can either go internship at a different branch, or they can do the branches inside of their schools and get that hands-on training on working or dealing with money and learning how to balance their checkbook.
Now, were you part of the ROC program?
I was part of the ROC program.
And what interested you in high school to go there?
My sister actually took it, and she always talked about how much she loved it. So I was like, you know what, let me just jump on also.
Now, what grade were you in when you did that?
I was a senior in high school.
Okay, so was it your whole senior year?
It was my whole senior year, yes.
So what did your schedule kind of look like?
So I was free my first period, I had second and third period, and then I would go straight on a bus and go to the adult school or the Regional Occupational Center, and I would go over there.
Can you kind of tell us, it's on Mount Vernon, is that correct?
Yes,
where they
on
go?
Mount Vernon. Mm-hmm.
And what would your day look like there?
So pretty much on Mondays through Thursdays, I would actually be interning here from 11:45 to 3:30, and then on Fridays we would go to the actual campus for the program, and we would be there the whole day.
And the actual campus you said was at Mount Vernon?
Yes, in Mount Vernon. Mm-hmm, on Mount Vernon.
And so were you with somebody when you did a teller? If you were a teller, were you buddied with somebody?
Oh yeah. We were pretty much shadowing behind, and then if it was slow enough, we would actually be able to get on the computers and help members.
Mm-hmm. And after that, obviously, were you hired on then through Kern School?
Yes, right after I graduated, I want to say about 2 weeks, I got an interview and I got hired at 17.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, are you in college now?
Yes, I am. I'm going to CSUB.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I wanted to bring back Forrest, and I wanted to thank you. This is a little thank you from us. To thank us for coming today and touring and seeing the beautiful building that you have here. And again, if you're interested in the ROC program, you can go to the Kern School's website and get more information on that. But again, thank you for letting us observe today. Thank you.
Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, California Resources Corporation, Southern California Edison, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, Panama-Buena Vista Union School District, Bakersfield City School District, and the San Luis Obispo County Office of Education, with additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.